Hello, everybody. Deka here to bring you another week of Money Idol Exchanger. A topical game right now, considering there was a very exciting tournament that happened at Evo Japan, where a Japanese middle schooler just showed up and swept the entire tournament. So that was that's pretty cool. So in honor of her, we are running Puzzle Money Exchanger 21st edition, and we are going to bring you the hypest gameplay this side of the globe. Bit of an interesting bracket today, considering our main juggernaut Butts did not sign up, but in his place we do have the legendary Canito making a guest appearance for the first time in quite a while. Laml as well, also showing up for this one. Maybe sensed the power vacancy and wishes to lay claim to a otherwise unattainable placing. Anyway, we will be getting into it quite soon. We've got Masa Queen, our lovely TO, calling our matches, assisted by Note, who may or may not be joining me on commentary. But yep, as we taking a peek now, we've got match calls going out, and our first match is going to be Psybrarian versus AdamAdmar. Yeehaw mentioned that Psybrarian has some experience with this game and is a hitbox player, so I'm excited to see what they are capable of. Note going up against Panban Richard, another regular in the puzzle game scene. Laml complaining that he can't bully birdup. Very funny. So as soon as our two competitors hop into their match, we will follow them. All right, they're in. Just have to hope Fightcade cooperates. All right, I'm in. Is the stream going to pick it up? It is. All right. No estimated win percents this time. Oh, there's no sound? Hold on. There we go. There should be sound now. Oop. Is everything good on your end? I wonder. Oh, maybe we're doing a butt check. Names aren't right, you're correct. Why is that? There we go. Sometimes the automatic name updater needs a kick in the pants. I wonder if they're experiencing technical difficulties. Psybrarian definitely kicking it off with a 14 chain here. Alright, I'm definitely excited to see what they cook up as the bracket goes on. support team chain is pretty impressive in this game. It is a lot less forgiving, mechanically speaking, than birdup is, so you gotta have a pretty good grasp of your puzzle fundamentals to really get cooking. Yeah, Psybrarian doing a very good job of just stacking up chains on top of each other and letting them cascade into place. Yeah, I think they just didn't realize that they didn't need an okay to get started. If I remember correctly, the bracket is first to 3 all the way through, except Rand's is going to be first to 5. Is AdamAdmar Zen in his pick? I'm going to go back to Exchanger? Looks like we are. Small chain from Adam, but on the other side of the screen here, Psybrarian is definitely cooking up something fierce. Their next match against Canito is going to be very interesting. I might want to put that on the screen. Now we're on Cherry Biter. Bit of a toxic gaming. Yeah, Psybrarian definitely has a very good idea of what they're doing here. Doing a great job manipulating the height of their stack to make sure that the coins spawn in the right spot. That is a mark of someone who is very familiar with how the mechanics of this game piece together. Oh wow, fantastic juggle there. Moving from the left side of the board to the right side of the board and back to make sure the 50s are going off to make enough time for the 100s on the other side of the board. Alright, that's going to be a quick 3-0 for Psybrarian. Right. Very excited to see what Psybrarian can do as the bracket goes on. We will definitely be seeing more of them. Up next is going to be me and birdup. All right.
A battle between the magical drop players? No way.
Yeah.
The team killing. Can you imagine?
Yeah, this is the Team USA mag drop team kill right here.
Super funny. Also, hello, chat.
Oh yes, this is
Note.
First to 3. Yeah, birdup definitely not as specialized in Money Idol Exchanger, but no slouch when it comes to the unique genre we call uppy downies.
We love the uppy downies, honestly. Very fun name for the genre.
That might have been a Kayat. Oh, birdup. You picked the wrong character.
Oh no. Maybe something up with the controls or something, I don't know. But yeah, mismatching characters. Everyone's got like their own, like patterns and whatnot, therefore. And some of them are like egregiously like easier than like others, I guess. So
yes, in general, the top row is easier than the bottom row, and the top row kind of goes easiest to hardest, right to left, and then the bottom row, it's a mix. They're all kind of all over the place. But yeah, Exchanger is kind of the closest thing we have to a true mid-tier, so she is our go-to starting character.
It's the true American reset. That could be true, Yeehaw. That could be true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're starting off on this Exchanger match here. Doing a little bit of shuffling probably to set up some chains. Or just like managing the coins.
Oh, I can't count.
Oh no! Yes,
There's
you do have to be able to count
to
to 5 in order to be matching the 1 type coins. The 1s, 10s, and 100s. The 5 types, 500, 50, and 5 can be matched with 2, but yeah. I could probably look to dig into this. Ooh, the center. Yeah, wasn't able to manage. Full chain for Deka so far, into a little bit of a bigger one with these 500s. Oh my goodness, meanwhile, birdup's like digging a bit deep into this exchanger pattern. Goodness gracious. Already up a 1-0. And it was like seen like kinda briefly, but it's like kind of fun to... I drew like a parallel to myself between Exchanger and Magician in the sense that like you can like wipe out a bunch of her pattern like horizontally, just like you can with Magician.
Yes. Yeah, very much so.
Speaking of magical drop, I guess we got some vertical action going on with Detomizer.
Yes, this we affectionately refer to Detomizer as. Oh, I did not see that extra 50 there.
Oh no. But yeah, she does feel like very magical drop adjacent. Lots of coin shuffling. Just trying to like get a good rhythm going. And then by the time that Detomizer garbage comes in, it's a little bit of easier sailing for the most part. It just feels like very satisfying to just watch all these columns of coins. The immaculate routing. Oh gosh, Deka slightly running out of space, is trying to make some... Oh goodness, the 100s are matched.
Dial-ass gaming there.
We love the dial-ass gaming, indeed. Holy heck. Deka and birdup now tied for 1 win apiece on Detomizer. Who will take this point? Oh my goodness, Deka sending a lot of lines. Birdup doing his best to match it all. Yeah, still that pressure. Holy heck. 5 chains, 6 chains, 7. It's still going. It's still going as it is on Detmiser. Birdup using those grace frames to try and save himself, but unfortunately dies to the pressure. Deka tying it up 1-1.
Let's see where we go. Okay, we're moving up in the tier list.
Yes, everywhere third.
Everybody, one of our fan favorites, everywhere.
They're definitely one of my faves. I like the treasure chest formation with the 1 coins that appears if you go far enough in. And it either has like a 500 or a special coin inside it. Funny stuff.
Ah, yes, the U we refer to it as, typically. And there's this was like the first pattern that we really tried to cook up like strategies to deal with. It was a lot of fun. In the very damn, I didn't hit hundreds.
Oh no. But yeah, I imagine it does feel nice to like try and figure out those sorts of patterns and like find out routing. Like at first when I was like new to Magical Drop, I even wondered if such was a thing, and it definitely is. And it pays to know how to handle things. Get it? It pays! My apologies. Oh my god.
Got off to a good start that time.
Holy moly, the pressure. Tied 1 round apiece once again. Birdup's got a pretty clean looking board. And a lot of pressure to Deka, though Deka is still chaining.
I missed the column I needed.
Oh no. Oh yes, I see now. Dang. Very rough.
I spend a lot of time hitting the C button. Yeah, Birdup's Birdup's mag drop habits coming out. The C button does not do anything in this game, but it is the pull lines button, magical drop, which is very important.
Indeed. Meanwhile, you just have to like double tap down twice in Money Idol Exchanger, which can be kind of funny if you're not used to it at first.
Yeah, the way the pull next line works in this game is a little bit different than mag drop, though. The fact that you can pull coins while you are mid-chain is kind of unique to this game.
That is pretty wild. Speaking of wild, look at all of this macro action going on here. Like, Birdup saving himself after being in such a tight position. And Deka just responding. Oh gosh, so many tall towers of coins, but we're doing our best not to self-pile.
Alright, that one turned into a slobber knocker at the end there. We both got a pretty strong start, but...
Unfortunately, Birdup had like topped out from like grabbing too many ones and like stacking too tall, but yeah, what a round. And on a character's pattern that is pretty difficult.
Yeah, Macker definitely one of the, widely accepted as one of the harder patterns. Just because he's got a lot of, diagonals, which are not very intuitive to clear in this game. We have an RU, which is going to be my worst enemy for the rest of this.
Oh no. It's just there.
Yeah, Macker gets 1 power-up orb, and it is an ER, and he gets it every 16 lines. So you've got to,
oh gosh.
You've got to put up with a lot of his pattern to clutch one out on Macker with the power orbs. But because he only sends ERs, if you find a non-ER in the neutral pattern, it's your friend forever.
You love to see it. Sarcastically, obviously.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we are on Pokerty Bouncer for Game 5. Deka managing to tie it up.
Definitely was in a bad spot there, but birdup topped out before I did.
Hmm.
Pokerty Bouncer is definitely one of the easier characters once you transition into his, you fully transition into his pattern. But before you get to that point, it's really easy to kind of brick your board and end up in, like, an unsalvageable state.
Oh yeah, the coin management here is very important.
Yeah, right there.
Oh no.
I put the pieces exactly where I needed to not put them.
Unfortunate. This match will come all down to this. Final round. Deka digging into this pattern a little bit. birdup doing a little bit more shuffling. Oh god. We might be fine. But yes, we are indeed kind of fine. Still a bit cramped up there, but doing what we can. This match there, oh my gosh, we are back to cramped.
Alright.
Oh,
Oh, he tried to go for the ERs, but he didn't get them in time.
a little bit. Or it's kind of like, had like a spot to like put some 100s in, but it just wasn't like working out, I guess.
Yeah, and I had just made a pretty critical error there. I miscounted how many, Actually, it is always easy to brick your board. Very true, laml. Even Debt Miser, if you're not careful, you can end up with 4 of a lot of things, and that does not help you.
Tragic. Also, it looks like I'm up next against Yeehaw.
Ooh, that'll be a... Good luck. Yeehaw is very strong.
Thank you. I may probably mute as well, but yeah, thanks again.
Alright, and they are in. Alright. They are good to go. They've got eyeballs on the game. Did the scoreboard refresh? Yes, it did. Would you look at that? Another exchanger weaver. So, Exchanger has a pretty simple pattern once you get into it, and it's got it's 4 lines with an ER on the right, and then 4 lines with an ER on the left. But the catch to her pattern is that because of the way it's coded, the first 4 lines appear twice, and those 4 lines in particular, or rather 8 lines in particular, don't have any power words. So it can be really awkward to transition past the first wave of garbage into her normal pattern. Once you get there, it becomes a very interesting game of slingshot, where you kind of launch your whole board at your opponent using the ERs, and then they rinse, wash, and repeat and do the same. And whoever manages their board more incorrectly manage their timing a little off will end up with a very sudden top out. But until you get to that point, it's actually quite hard to dig through Exchanger's pattern. Just the fact that you don't really have any good ways of making See, knowing about patterns is my specialty, Canito. Playing the game, not so much. If you ever do find yourself in the Money Idol Exchanger Discord, somewhere in one of the tech channels, there are 4 very large images that are, that have the character patterns on them, and I put those together using data we scraped from the game as a learning tool when I was first getting into it. So I became quite familiar with how everything lined up and repeated. You know, I get a little tight on space here at the top board. Just to stay alive, but space is very short. Though the same can be said for Notester. It was just a few seconds short of getting a nice 10 match. Okay, nope, cutting their way through the pattern here. Oh, unfortunately, they are out of space. This is very unfortunate. Every worker, probably the easiest character in the bottom row, but still significantly harder than anybody in the top row. She has a fun half of... Her pattern kind of comes in two parts. There's the U, which you can see right at the tip of both players' boards. Yeehaw just cleared it. It's kind of still there on notes. The note, or the U either delivers you a nice 500 or an ER, which is a welcome reprieve. And then the second half of the pattern is a very annoying checkerboard that can really slow down your game. So your goal on this character is kind of to come up with a big hit right as your opponent is dealing with the U, so that once they get past that, their board is full of bad things that they have a very difficult time to dig through. But how you take the U is definitely a player by player technique thing. There's a lot of different routes you can go through it, but you've got to be really careful about your coin management there, because they give you just exactly the right amount of each coin to clean everything up. So Yeehaw going to take the game, but Note definitely putting up a Note definitely putting up a good fight there.
Thank you, Meep.
I have accidentally clicked away from the channel and cannot find it. Stream match is going to be Canito and Psybrarian. This is going to be a good one. I'm very excited to see how Psybrarian holds up after they were churning out 14 chains in the first match. Ooh, great weight on Psybrarian, making sure not to waste any of the 5-type coins. That's something you have to be very careful about. There's all sorts of fun tech that that people have cooked up in order to maintain their 5-type coins. The most notorious, probably known as the Sal trick, Alright, gonna use the ER on both 10s and 1s, which will, unfortunately, brick Psybrarian's board and give him nothing to chain with as the damage rolls in. Right, big hit from both players. Neither player doing big enough chain to activate the armor. Psybrarian unfortunately getting cut there. Once that big horizontal line of 1s cleared, there was not much left for them to work with. So Canito is going to take the first game. But Psybrarian definitely came out of the gate swinging. Alright, we're playing Cherry Bite. Cherry Biter's pattern, not particularly difficult once you get the hang of it, and it's very explosive with the number of power orbs that it gives you. But because of its funny shape, it's like one of the only patterns. It's one of the only patterns that isn't symmetric, first of all. So it leads to some very funny shenanigans with your orb management. Psybrarian putting up some impressive numbers in the 48k round, but Canito with a little bit better line management managed to stay alive longer. Oh wow, huge chain coming out of Canito here. Alright, Canito doing a smart move and letting their chain cut to make sure that the damage goes through. It paid off because the 8 lines, which is the limit, came in on Psybrarian's side, and by the time it was done, Canito was already ready to send Midi 1. Yeah, very important thing to note about this game is that damage does not go through while you are chaining. Yeah, this is, Canito definitely the favorite to win this, but, Psybrarian definitely putting up a fight here. Not immediately, holding the first 8 lines Canito's cranking out. Because Canito is very strong. We've seen Canito take games off of butts before. I don't think anybody's taken a set of butts, but we've definitely seen games. And if you've taken games off of the guy who's on like an 18 tournament win streak, you've got to be pretty good. Yeah, Psy, unfortunately, with a very rough opening to their bracket, but that should put them on the good side of losers, so they will probably be back. All right, next we are going to see laml and Yeehaw. This is definitely a match I'm excited to see as well. laml, one of our European community members, doesn't get to enter our tournaments too often, but they do come out every once in a while, and they are very well known in the uppy-downy neck of the woods. Very strong magical drop player, and probably an even stronger money idol exchanger player. So I'm very excited to see them go up against Yeehaw, who is also very competent at this game. Unfortunately, catches all of their 5s at once. Yeehaw is in a bit of a tight spot here as well. It's out his face a little bit. Oh, gets the ERs off though. That is... Ooh, the Spire in the middle. Okay, they're out of jail. And it was enough. laml is going to top out. Did not quite catch what got laml, but I assume they didn't manage to get their ERs off in time. Once you dig your way down to the first batch of ERs, you get into a pretty solid rhythm, and you get flow for each set as they come by. But transitioning that first batch of ERs is like, you forget that they're there because you're so busy dealing with how awkward the mismatched number of coins is. Alright, laml doing the traditional ER on the 1s. Oh, but unfortunately, that Spire in the middle, just a little bit too tall. Had too much material to remove before he ran out of chains. So yeehaw's gonna take first game. Alright. Datmiser, definitely one of laml's favorite characters, if not their favorite character. I'm pretty sure it's their favorite character. But this is gonna be a tough one for Yeehaw to win here. I've seen laml put some incredible numbers up on this character. Oh! laml maybe miscounting how many hundreds they were holding. Not often you see people do a 5 match of the 5 type coins. Also, I love how confusing it is that the 5 type coins are the ones you only need 2 of. Great job using the horizontal leverage from that chain there on Yeehaw's side of the board. Finding a very nice automatic chain just by... Oh, they're at top board! It's tight! But they remove. So laml is going to take on Datmiser. We are back to 1-1. Datmiser character, you really have to kind of divide your board in half and then take it layer by layer. The pattern sort of comes in quadrants. Each quadrant has all the coins you need to chain everything away. You just have to make sure you don't cross-pollinate the quadrants too much, or you'll end up in a quite awkward situation. Ooh, great job from Yeehaw, making sure to get the number of coins right there. Very good, very strong transition into the, actually, the U hasn't even really arrived yet, because laml hasn't finished sending damage yet. Mad dash. Looks like accepting damage first paid off for laml. Yeehaw kind of lost all of their momentum going into the U, which gave laml an opportunity to hit them twice, even though they took a big bundle of damage right out of the gate. Alright, Yeehaw being very smart and making sure not to keep any of the annoying ones. So until they get through the fun checkerboarded part of this pattern, they are unburdened by the Japanese penny. But this damage coming in is very dangerous. Ooh, pops the ER on ones, but I don't think that's enough to level out their board, yeah. One's typically a safe bet for, Oh, well, thanks for the raid, Azure Horizons. Yeah, one's typically a safe bet for using your ER, but on every worker's pattern, there aren't quite enough. Now we've transitioned over to elder labor here, and community does not have a consensus on this character because most people think she's like the third hardest character behind Might Dealer and Macker, and then the best player we know of at least, but claims that she's the hardest. So it's a bit of an interesting debate topic. laml taking that first round means he is on match point. So awkward. It's just so diagonal. You do get power-ups every once in a while, but it feels like you almost never get to dig far enough through the pattern to collect on your investment. Alright, those ERs are within grasp, though. Alright. Yeehaw just gonna let it go. Does not want to deal with the fact that there's all this damage coming in. Oh, they were thinking about digging for it, but unfortunately, there was just not enough space to make room for that ER. And laml is going to take it 3-1. Good fight from Yeehaw, though. Alright, now it's going to be me against Canito. Despite being farther up in... Oh, you know, we've been on round one this whole time. It is winner's semis. I always forget to update that. Semis. Winner's semis. Right. Alright, Canito, show me the business.
The funny business. With coins and whatnot.
Canito talked shit and got laml mad.
Oh my goodness, is there some squabbling happening in the Fight K chat?
How fares your bracket run at the moment? You still in? Looks like you took it over, did you? So it looks like you will probably be playing me as soon as Canito finishes kicking my ass.
Oh, this could be true. Unless...
Though Canito has disappeared from the lobby. I hope this is a temporary thing. They did react to the match call. So I think they're coming back. Well, in the meantime, let's take a peek at birdup and Psybrarian while we wait
Indeed, that game is
for
going
laml to
on.
show back up. Yeah, laml saying wouldn't put it past a crash. Also very possible. Right, Psybrarian on the verge of victory here. Oh. Oh, you know, because they probably had to do an F3, and that's why we're seeing... Wait, did my brain just glitch out? I swear for a split second there we had the American coins.
Wait, yeah, we are on American coins. Or at the same time, I forget if like this whole time we've been playing on like the international version or the Japanese
that was
version.
really weird. I swear for a split second it was the American coins because the ones looked different, and then all of a sudden I blinked and it was back to normal.
I saw the
But yeah,
American coins as far as I know.
if you F3 on the in your match, sometimes it'll switch which coins you're using. It's because it's just the save state or something like that. I don't exactly know how it works. It can be a little finicky.
Yeah, Canito mentioned they're still in the initializing zone.
They're restarting Fightcade.
I believe so.
Yeah, a while back we decided to switch to the for those who don't know, we decided to switch to the Japanese localization version because even though the coins aren't as recognizable, there are way more voice lines. So we figured it was worth it in the end.
You get the really long voice line from Macker that, like, by the time the round is selected, he's still yapping. Oh.
All right. So while we're waiting for Canito to reconnect, let's give a quick rundown of what we have on deck for this month. So on May 8th, we have Hamster Scramble, which is a very interesting take on Puzzle Bobble, where the orbs run around, they're little hamsters, and you as your character have to do some platforming to catch them, and then you throw them up to the top of your board and play them like a Puzzle Bobble. There's bonuses for big match clears, there's bonuses for bouncing things off the walls. But the other defining feature is that there is a combat button. You can press a button and jump onto your opponent's side of the board and steal their orbs, or throw things onto their board and top them out, or steal their power ups. It's a very interesting game with lots of direct and indirect interaction. Very easy to pick up and very fun. I definitely recommend giving it a look. It is on Steam. I think it's like $10, so but it's got a solid free demo, so there's definitely worth a try.
Indeed, it's very fun.
Then on May 15th, we have a Puzzle Wednesday favorite. We are back with Sega Tetris. An iconic Tetris from the era before Guideline, when every company who made a Tetris game got to make up their own damage system. So Sega Tetris, notable for two things, I would say, in my book. One, there's a ceiling, so be careful when rotating your pieces. And two, every match you make, whether it be 2, 3, 4, 2 split, or 3 split, will do something unique to your opponent. A double match will cause your opponent to have to place 2 pieces at the same time. So you have to fit them together above the board before you even can get started. And that can lead to some very interesting piece combinations that you have to place. There's
Like the sword, which
yes,
is the
like
T
the sword,
and
yeah, the T and an I piece. There's you can place a, you can force your opponent to place like almost a full line. You can stun your opponent, and they have to
goodness,
manage
the
to
stun locking.
unbury themselves. It's a very interesting game that really makes you think about the damage you're sending to your opponent. And then on May 22nd, we have one of the most iconic match 3 in a row, diagonally or straight puzzle games with Columns 3. Shout outs to Columns Guy on the cover there.
Shout out to the Columns Guy.
But Columns is another interesting puzzle game because making chains and doing matches alone doesn't necessarily send your opponent that much damage. Instead, as you make chains, you fill up a meter, and when your meter is at 10, 20, or 30, you can press your punch button and just send lines to your opponent, 1, 2, or 3, depending on at 10, 20, and 30 respectively. And so it's a very interesting dynamic of chaining to fill your meter and timing your attacks to catch your opponent off guard and hit them with a spike when they don't expect it.
We love the puzzle game violence. The second puzzle, there's 2 puzzle games in this lineup with a punch button, Hamster Scramble, and Columns 3. You love to see it.
Yep. And then the Friday after Columns 3, you may not recognize this art, but it is by our lovely Kayat7, and it represents that we are running a King of the Hill event. It'll be a pretty casual night where we have a set list. Like there's like 100 games you can pick from, and someone's on the cabinet, and you walk up and you get to challenge them to any game on that list at your discretion. And if you win, you take their spot on the cabinet. And then the next person puts a quarter in the machine and hops on and challenges you to their game of choice. And it's a great way for a lot of different people to try out a bunch of different games and force people to play games that don't get enough exposure. It's a lot of fun. It's very casual. It's just a fun night to hang out and play various puzzle games with the people in the Puzzle Wednesday community.
Yeah, sounds like a blast.
All right, and with that, I believe Canito is back online, so I'm going to send him a challenge. All right, we're in.
Oh yeah, good question, Yeehaw. Magical Drop 3 next month. It will be the Magidoro Masters finals.
The Mag Drop 3 tournament next month will be run by birdup. So if you want to take a peek at that, information about that will be in the Mag Drop Discord. But there is definitely a tournament next month.
Yep. Anyway, now to some money
hop
up
right
down.
in, and my board is already full of garbage that I don't want.
Oh gosh. Sometimes it's just like that. Yeah, Canito doing some wild chaining out here.
Canito giving me a little bit of a breather by simply not killing me. He's 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Just casually, you know? Holy moly.
Canito definitely showing off a little bit right now. With no fear of me possibly sending him any pressure. So an interesting facet of this game when you make a chain that big is that the game caps you at 8 lines of damage, right? So you can't send more than 8 lines outside of a very, very, very specific niche bug. So what the game does is, if you send 10 trillion lines to your opponent, like exactly like that, it stores them up as defense lines, and you get to just like ignore damage that your opponent sends you for an extended period of time.
Game telling you you've done a job well done, and rightfully so.
Yeah, 749k. Canito definitely showing off a little bit. So I'm gonna go to Debt Miser, and I'm gonna see if I can survive long enough to let him hit a zillion points again.
For real.
Right.
Oh no.
Already in my way.
Yeah, his stacking is just so heckin' clean. My goodness. Holy heck.
He's showing me mercy by doing a really long chain like that, and I don't have enough hundreds.
Tragic. If only you could unstack coins. Which would be kind of crazy. I don't know how that would work.
Put coins down one at a time with the C button, maybe. We're gonna go Macker.
Macker Gaming.
With the longest character select line ever created.
It's just wonderful.
You can hear it still going as the round has already begun.
They should make more characters like that, honestly.
They should.
With a long stack of 5s, long stack of 100s. Oh, I meant 1s, rather. Oh no! Yeah, just a lot of pressure. Holy moly. Oh, we've got some scrambling. Both ends. Oh, goodness.
I missed the column I wanted with that 50.
Unfortunate. Indeed.
An unfortunate but somewhat expected outcome. Right. With that, I think we're going to go into winners finals.
Exciting. Oh wait, no.
Oh wait, no, we're going into
losers round 4 here.
Losers semis. Or losers quarters. Come on, type. Yeehaw versus Psybrarian. Yeehaw was the one who gave me a head up that Psybrarian was a player to keep an eye out for, and they were right. So, I'm definitely curious. I wonder if they've spent time playing against each other.
Have some nice round start chaining. Going
Yeah,
through
great
the
job from
loop.
Psybrarian waiting out the chain to make sure they get an optimized. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that was
Oh, no.
close.
Very close. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but they stayed
Oh.
enough time.
Yeah. But we do love some clutch survival like that, though.
And they held on for... Holding on in this game at death's door is very difficult. Mag drop has a very lenient, like, lock delay, I guess is the best way to put it.
Mm.
Between each clear, you have a lot of time to make your next match, and it is significantly shorter in Money Idol Exchanger. So Yeehaw taking a quite convincing first game there. We'll have to see if they can keep that momentum up, or if we will, if changing characters will let Psybrarian take the lead.
And on over to Cherry Biter, a little bit more horizontal action from what I remember. Or is this the pyramid stuff?
It's pretty horizontal. It's the flat lines of 3.
Right. Yeah, I got like some of the characters, whatever's mixed up, the pattern.
Yeah, Cherry Biter has lines of 3 on the left, and then lines of 3 on the right. They kind of alternate. And her pattern is very easy to brick, despite being otherwise pretty straightforward to manage. The temptation you always face playing this pattern is taking coins from one side to make matches on the other. And when you do this, you end up with a giant, like, rectangle on one side of your board that is just impossible to clear. So you have to be real careful that you don't, that you kind of, like, make sure you take your board down one line at a time, not one side at a time.
That's a good way to put it.
So Psybrarian, definitely very comfortable on this character, grabbing a quick game. We're gonna go to debt.
Vertical gaming.
Yep, from horizontal sets of 3 to vertical sets of 2.
Oh goodness, Psybrarian setting up some... Is there, like, a sequence? Is there, like, a name for, like, going from 1 to 500?
I don't know if there's a specific word for it. I do not know it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I guess, like, sequence would probably be fine, or maybe some other pun. Or some pun, yeah.
Cash and check. Splitting a, or I guess it's the opposite of splitting a dollar.
Psybrarian in a pickle.
Psybrarian doing a very good job making sure to stack the 50s on each other consecutively, giving themselves some extra time to think about what they need to do next. Unfortunately, they run out of time there.
Yeah, just a pillar on, like, column 1. It's still nice, though.
Yeah, it was a very nice stagger sequence from them.
I
Definitely
love
the
staggering.
right play to make.
Goodness, you have pressure.
Psybrarian got caught. Made a little bit of a misdrop there in the center board and had to stop to think for a little bit too long.
Wonder who we'll go to next.
We've stuck with the low tiers, so I won't be surprised if we see Cockatree Bouncer next. Alright, now we're going to Everyworker.
Hey.
The other honest, hardworking mid-tier. Actually, you know what? It's It's May Day, so we've got to pick the people's champion, every worker.
For real.
Great little opening chain there from Psybrarian.
Indeed. Now Yeehaw's on the clock. Oh, that one in column 1.
Yeah, Psybrarian making a strong chain before the U, and then right as Yeehaw got stuck trying to make the transition. I keep wanting to call him Psybrain. Psybrarian had the follow-up attack, the Okizeme, as it were.
Okizeme. Goodness. Oh man, that
right.
RU like sticking out a little bit on Yeehaw's side.
So Psybrarian with a this has been a very back and forth match. Pretty much every round has been convincing. Alright, we are gonna go to Cockatoo Bouncer.
The low tier representation.
Cockatoo Bouncer, also kind of a groups of 3 type character, though he has sort of funny little pyramids in the middle and then lines of 3 on the side. Can be a little... Definitely has enough material, and his damage pattern has lots of power orbs, so it's easy to get into a flow. But until you get there, the temptation to spend too many coins on a single match can be very great. And you can brick your board in some very funny ways.
Truly can't spend it all in one place.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
My God. But yeah, Psybrarian taking this 3-2.
Yeah.
What a match.
So that was a very very back and forth match. Just like I think every round was a 2-0. Some of the 2-0s were breaking counter picks, some were on counter picks. It was a very interesting one. All right. Looks like it's you and me.
Holy heck. The staff team kill.
The staff team kill.
Here we go.
It's also losers' quarters, I presume. Yes, it is. You get the black connected screen. Just let it sit for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Here we are. I'm typing it, but like GLHF. Deka.
Good luck, have fun. Yeah, it's muscle memory at this point for me as well. Is everybody in? Are we all watching the match?
You're telling me? Oh wait, never mind. I looked at your board and I was like, oh wait, you do have it a little bit worse, my apologies. Yeah, the scramble for like the middle can be kind of funny when you focus on it.
Holy heck. I found a big chain to start the round off there.
Nice. I heard the ER or RU go off, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, I panicked and threw it in on the 5s, and that was not a good
idea.
I didn't know how much time I had, so I just took the first option available.
That's a move.
Alright, let's go to Deka.
And the uppy downy is in more places than one. Or taken to an extreme, rather. I don't know how to put it.
Oh no, I missed the column I wanted!
Oh no! Oh no. Oh gosh. I beg your pardon? Okay, I was about to say.
That was a nail biter. I was just about to top out myself.
Oh my goodness. If only. I apologize. Just... Wait a minute, okay. Caught myself in a how many coins do I have moment? There's no way. Okay, thank goodness. Oh!
That was a slobber knocker.
It really was. Holy. Very fun though. I was like, oh, do I die here? Oh wait, I live. But then it's like I need to follow up.
I was too busy holding my breath the whole time to say anything.
I feel that, I feel that.
Alright, your pick.
Sure. The one and only.
Done terrible things to myself.
Oh no!
I took my board in like the wrong order completely.
Jeez, nicely done.
I was running out of space myself.
Oh, speaking of running out of space, just casually grabbing like a bunch of 10 coins, but not having the space for it.
Oh, the classic 3 lines left, grab 4 coins maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Happens. It's tough in this game because your matches cover so many lines.
I will see how this goes. Oh, please. Oh, okay. Nice.
Oh, I was hustling there. The board space was very tight.
The hustle showed. Oh, there's no way.
Okay.
GG's.
Good
Deka.
games. A lot of those were very close. Like 1 line away, or I was off the top and your chain ended before mine did.
Yeah. Lots of die last gaming.
Die last game indeed. Alright. So I believe we're going to have losers semis now. And I'm going to get to experience the British pound.
Actually, we're on
are we going to do winners
finals.
now? Okay. It's going to be laml versus Canito. This is a classic match. A classic match we haven't seen in a very long time. A lot of UK representation today. Shoutouts to laml and Canito and Psybrarian for staying up until like 4 in the morning.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Shill.
there right now. And it's not like it's a weekend either. It is Wednesday or Thursday for them. Almost certainly.
Puzzle Thursday, baby.
Gorgeous chain building from Canito here. Oh, unfortunately consumes maybe one more 5 than he wanted, but it's not going to matter.
Yeah, like laml was like digging up an ER for a moment, but I guess like didn't have the spot to like match anything before the pressure came in. Tragic.
Oh, actually the accidental mismanagement of those 5s might have been what killed laml, because the chain cut so the damage rolled in.
True.
That's something you do have to consider in this game, is your damage will not go through until your combo ends. Alright, Canito mounting a much nastier offense in that second game. Or the second round.
Lots of luck for Depmiser today.
Well, Depmiser is one of laml's favorite character, and there's a bunch of mag drop players in the bracket too, so birdup and I are prone to picking to this character as well, just as a comfort.
We love the comfort picks.
Alright, we are getting into the meat and potatoes of the Depmiser pattern as laml just goes off and does things.
A big chain gaming.
laml playing with fire here as the
my god.
letting damage roll in one line at a time. Oh, but just not enough material. 1 coin short on all of their extensions. With only 4 100s and 150, their chain comes to a tragic end. We're getting close to the first pair of ERs is going to start rolling in soon.
I know we got the RUs
board.
going.
Yep, there they are. That was the rank ups, I think. So. You can use it on hundreds, and unfortunately, nothing resolves. So laml is just going to top out.
It's a rough feeling, yeah, where it's just like, oh, nothing. Well, I guess that's just like how the RUs like work in general. Like it doesn't automatically.
They don't automatically match quite the same way that the ERs can cause matches. I don't know what the conditions that cause ERs to start matches is. I'd have to do some experimentation.
Yeah, I've just been like zoning in a bunch, like kind of playing, and then it's like, and there are moments like that, it's like, wait a minute, how does this work?
I think it's if two you don't quote me on this, but I think it's if 2 adjacent coins rank up together, they won't match. But if a coin ranks up into an adjacent coin, it will. So like two 1s next to each other ranking up into a 5 won't match, but if a 1 ranks up next to a 5, it will. I think that's how it works, but I'd have to, I would have to test it again.
Ooh, nice separation of the 50s there, laml.
laml, unfortunately, though, very out of space.
Yeah.
So Canito on match point, looking to comfortably head into the Grand Finals. Oh, great job on Canito's side of the board, using an unrelated pair of 50s to give himself the extra quarter of a second he needed to grab some 10s and continue a chain. And with that, Canito is going to take it. So now it's going to be me versus Psybrarian. If they can beat me, which I have a feeling they can, then it will be an all-Europe top 3.
You would love to see it.
Especially you love to see it when one of them is a newcomer. Newcomer in the sense that I don't believe they've entered one of our events before.
Indeed. Yeah, it's very nice to see them coming out and like just killing it in the
They
bracket.
definitely have experience on the game, so you love when someone gets to come out and represent the game.
Psybrarian doing a bit of a sequence. Feels like they're starting like yet another one. Holy heck. Bunch of lines sent to Deka. So he's clearing up the center a little bit.
Oh, the 50 didn't land where I thought it was going to.
Oh no! Oh god.
I was definitely on the losing side of that confrontation from the get-go.
Tragic. Managing to get a bit of a breather here, collecting all the ones to make things clean as he descends down, pops an ER, staying alive. There's gonna be a lot of cascading matches, oh my goodness. And yeah, that's enough to survive and take it.
And the ER was enough to bail me out of jail.
Also, yeah, there's peeps messing in chat that the names hadn't, like, updated.
Oh, they haven't?
Mm. My goodness, how is Canito playing so well? And, like, not even, like, that and typing in the chat, I mean. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Alright, that should have fixed it, right? Did it update properly?
Yep, they did.
Alright, this is gonna be a tough win. Okay, let's go Deka. My guy.
I love Macker. This pattern is very interesting, though.
This pattern has a lot of checkerboarding. Careful not to, How do you like that for, saving the extra coin and then dying anyway?
Aww. That was nice, though. Take the little save there.
Make sure my coins don't pop in the wrong order, but alack and alas. I needed more than that to dig myself out of that one. Oh no, what happened to my 50? Where'd it go? I've lost total track of what I was doing because something arrived out of order.
The 50 is just under the couch somewhere.
Yeah. Vending machine ate my quarter.
Both players got some ERs ready to go.
Oh!
Psybrarian popping theirs. Oh yeah, and Deka unable to get to his in time. Rough.
Yeah, I thought I could get one more column over, but I did not make it there with the 10s. So we're going to go to the mag drop pick.
Real. Deka looking to prevent the sweep. Psybrarian doing a nice.
Oh, I died. Oh, I didn't see that 5 on the top of the board.
The
I
5
thought I had enough space.
Very unfortunate. Got lots of columns coming in.
That time, though, I found
Ooh.
found the route into the pattern.
Nice. Goodness, an 11 chain from Psybrarian.
Oh no, the 500 is still killing.
Oh!
Oh, I didn't want to put that on 50s.
Just a tiny breather.
Oh no, I missed! Oh, good games.
Oh, no! The misdrops do be tragic. But yeah, GG's regardless.
Right. That, we do move on to our all-Europe top 8, or top 3.
Congrats, EU.
So.
Well, EU and UK. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't call them free EU this time. When they're sweeping the competition. Yes, it is still FTB.
Yep, and then in grand finals it will be FT5.
Right, they're in.
Time to spectate.
Come on, play Cade, let me in. Alright, there we go.
Just in time. As this exchanger match starts. Cleaning up all the 100s there in the immediate vicinity. Just because you don't want too much of them around, kinda. Like, while they're there, you might as well clear out the one-type coins. At least that's what I've been seeing from Sal's guide as a good thing to do. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah,
oh,
if anybody's gonna give good advice, it's the legend himself, Sal. The Sal guide has guided many people to some. Oh no! That one line coming in right before laml can get to the EX or the ERs.
So tragic. A good attempt though. Goodness, some big chains coming out. 8 chain and 9 chain.
A little bit of a funny juggle around there. Psybrarian kind of threw those 50s as if he was expecting a 5 to show up at the end of it, or a 10 to show up at the end of it, not in 100, and it kind of bricked his board. Great job grabbing that 500 from the far side to find a good extension.
Yeah, very nice dig from the center. Ooh, but
Psybrarian with a fantastic hustle that round just to keep the chain going, even as damage is rolling in. Because that was a lethal amount of damage coming from laml. Did Psybrarian put laml in losers, or was it Canito? Okay, it was Canito.
Oh yeah, that starting chain sent enough pressure to wipe out laml.
laml having a little bit of a problem getting something started this round. It seems to have found the pattern now. Everything's clicking into place. Just to be sure not to accidentally top out.
Goodness, tight board.
Oh no, a self-pile!
Oh.
Yeah, laml a little too aggressive with the placement of that last coin, causing a self-pile. If you throw something above the death line, even if you've got a chain going on, it will kill you.
The tragic uppy downy curse. Yeah, we are seeing a run back though.
Oh, this is laml's favorite character. There's no way he's gonna not pick Detvisor.
Fair.
Unless it's unless he can't. A little bit of a funny cut there from him. Kind of threw the 50 into the column they didn't want to. But
Ooh.
their chain was quite strong regardless, and the damage just rolled in on Psybrarian's side. There's actually been a surprising lack of self-files today, but I'm pretty impressed. Usually we see a lot more deaths to those. Oh no, Psybrarian lived?
However? Yeah, I did
it was
not.
another self-pile from laml. Commentator's curse. I was just saying we haven't seen that many today.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, great 7 chain from laml from the opening board.
Ooh, the patience from Psybrarian to keep their chain going. Love to see it. Especially with chains like these, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, laml!
Yeah, laml playing with fire with that that match on the ERs.
Meanwhile, Psybrarian just popping it off with 2 coins at once. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, laml doesn't have a second ER or an RU there, so it's going to top out. So Psybrarian with one of the strongest newcomer performances we've seen in a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Across any game, really.
Gonna be facing off against Canito in grand finals. First to 5.
Looking for the run back.
Oh no, laml typing Olympic throws in Twitch chat. Oh. But still a nice performance though, overall. Looks like Canito and Psybrarian are in.
Yep, they're in, and they're good to go. I'm spectating. Didn't want to get boosted by Canito anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Yeehaw told me that Psybrarian was a player to look out for, and that it would be hyped to get some of their matches on stream, and they were right, and we're seeing a lot of their matches on stream. Because they earned it.
Absolutely. I've been saving up all of those coins and matching them. Oh my goodness.
Playing
as
above the death line.
However, oh my god, yeah! That line is very far. But Canito is matching. Psybrarian does have some ERs on deck though.
Alright,
but that, yeah.
Very good board management from Psybrarian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like Juicy is in the chat. Laml take them to hack match. Laml, first match, another interesting uppy-downy for the NES. I think it was for the NES that we played a little while ago. That was a very exciting bracket that Laml kind of came out of. Everybody went into that game new, and Laml smoked all of us with their combo money idol exchanger and magical drop finesse. It was a very funny bracket to watch because half of the people playing were playing with the drop style, just go as fast as you can, and then half of the people playing were going for a more combo-oriented, leverage the fact that it's a puzzle game. And Canito Laml was one of the few players who managed to effectively do both.
Yeah, Xerxian, that down stack from Canito was pretty wild. Yeah. And it's enough to take this first round.
Yeah, we did see the meta evolve in real time. It was very cool.
Indeed, you love to see it.
Alright. Psybrarian has some interesting decisions to make. We're going with LD Labor. I can't remember if Canito also doesn't like LD Labor, if it just butts. We'll get in the 5 match with 50s for the extra line on Canito's side of the board is an interesting decision. But it paid off.
It sure
Psybrarian just never got something started. Okay, so is Canito and Butts maintain that she is the hardest character? Which is funny because up until they said that, nobody thought that. But they're like the 2 best players who frequent our scene, so...
So it's gotta be
like,
something.
So, is it... Are we wrong, or is it the top players who are out of touch?
Meanwhile, Canito taking...
Yeah, Canito taking game 2.
Exchanger.
Yeah, trying to curry some favor with Masa, our resident glasses and bird.
Goodness, got some big opening chains. Canito is still going though.
Yeah, Canito has 17 chain cooking. In terms of raw damage output, doesn't do him much more than like a 7 or 8 chain, but the defensive lines can be quite helpful. Especially because if you make a 17 chain and your opponent makes a chain that's long enough to send 8 lines, only they will receive 8 lines. You receive nothing. Which is good in this game.
Ooh, looked like a bit of a self-pile there, or just like unable to keep up with the pressure from Psybrarian. Well, yeah, obviously not a self-pile if it didn't excite it directly, but you know.
Sometimes you can have a funny scenario where it doesn't say self-pile, but it kind of is. Oh, Psybrarian unfortunately getting a little tangled up there on the top of the board. Yeah, LD Labor does have a very, very different, like, there's like a 5-line section of LD Labor's pattern that is just all checkerboards, and it's so slow to cut through. I can definitely understand why people would say it's the hardest pattern. It's just like, conventional wisdom, you think, okay, Macros pattern is also really annoying diagonals, but he only gets a power-up orb every 16 lines. So if your board state isn't immaculate, you're just gonna die. There's no hope in sight. Similar with Might Dealer, because her pattern is also all evil diagonals.
I wonder if
She has
Psybrarian
no power orbs.
I wonder if Psybrarian thought that there were like 5 ones there, or was still just in the process of like shuffling things. It felt like a counting moment, kind of.
Oh,
Not, but...
the puzzle game player classic. Oh, I can't count to 3. You'd think it would be a skill that we're all good at, but the more you play puzzle games, the worse you get above 2.
It's kind of wild how that happened. Oh no!
Canito, actually in a really bad spot, but Psybrarian unfortunately topping out first. So we have perhaps our final game as Canito goes into the tournament game. Right, every worker. This ER, oh man, Psybrarian just getting a little tangled up at the top board here. A little while to get started, but I think they've found something now.
Yep, a little bit of a rhythm going. Ooh,
Oh,
but
no!
Oh no!
That
The
misdrop
mistake
into
on
column
one.
4.
Very rough. Starting off with a good chain.
Right.
Ooh.
Just a big punch from Psybrarian to open up the round, and Canito caught on the back foot.
A good chance here. Psybrarian opening up the treasure chest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Opening up the,
Dang.
Psybrarian, unfortunately, opened up the treasure chest on the unconventional side. Typically, you want to open it up on the right so that the 5 shifts out of the way. But
But
because
yeah,
of
speaking
that,
of
their
5.
chain sort of got stuck. And with that,
Indeed.
Canito is going to take it in a
What a
very,
5-0.
very fun bracket. Interesting to
Indeed.
see how everything pans out when Butts isn't around to bully all of us. So very it's very hype tournament. Getting to see some faces that don't show up very often. Really really swing for the fences. Canito, laml, and Psybrarian. Not many well, Canito and laml have not entered one of our brackets in a long time, and Psybrarian is a first timer, so it's definitely fun for me to see
Yeah.
what everybody had
Thanks
to
for
show.
coming out.
And with that, we're going to transition back over to our advertisements slide to do another quick run through of the schedule. May 8th, we have Hamster Scramble, which is Puzzle Bobble with a punch button. You run around and grab your orbs as they move around the lower half of your screen, and then you platform into place and throw them wherever you want. It's a very fun game, and you have a cool way to interact with your opponent directly by hopping over to their side of the board and throwing things directly onto it, or just stealing their material that's running around their side if you're missing a color, and bringing it back to your
Incredibly
own.
funny.
So it's a very, very funny game. Definitely worth a try. It's on Steam. There's a free demo, and I think it's only $10 if you want the full version. It's got a story mode too, so definitely worth it. May 15th, we have a return of a Puzzle Wednesday classic, Sega Tetris. I would say it needs no introduction, but it hails back from the era when Tetris games were all unique. And so it has its own fun damage system where each set of line clears causes another or a different strange form of unconventional damage to your opponent, like making them combine multiple pieces together or stunning them and preventing them from moving their pieces or rotate them. So very, very unique Tetris game, and I hope we get more Tetris games like this in the future. Guideline's cool, but it's nice to have people actually try like to have a unique take on the game in the versus setting at least. Then on May
Indeed.
22nd, we have another game with a punch button, Columns 3, the classic Match 3 and build up your meter, and then once your meter is full, you can send damage over at will and try to spike your opponent out. And then on May 24th, we have King of the Hill, which is just a fun sort of community night where there's a big list of games and you just get to challenge somebody to whatever game you want. And then if you win, you get to take the spot on the cabinet, and the next person will come up and challenge you with their game of choice. And we have like a rotation going on. So it's very fun. And I definitely recommend you come out because it's a great way to represent games that you like that don't necessarily get much of a spotlight. So, with that, shout outs to all of our European entrants and viewers who stayed up very late on this Thursday morning for them to give us one of the hypest Magdra or money exchanger brackets we've seen in a while. Also, shout outs to Note for joining me on commentary and Masa for running all of the match calling and the bracket entry in the background. So
Yes, thank you, Masa.
with that, thank you all for coming and watching and being a part of this fun event. So, gonna call it a night. Ta ta for now.
Farewell.